Alrighty folks, we are back. Well, that view's changed a bit, hasn't it? We are now at 37,000 feet after some step climbs. We picked up a 40 knot headwind on the way across. We're doing quite well, doing okay for fuel, a bit lower than I'd like, but it's just we had a crazy headwind. Looking out of the window though, we are over. Well, we're entering the desert basically. We are probably a little bit early, but I just thought we'd get this knocked out nice and early. Plug our arrival in that way because the aircraft doesn't have a top of drop yet. And I want to plug that in nice and early for it, and that way it can give us a good, well planned out arrival. Baker is that Bakersfield? No, but Bower. Let's have a look at SimBrief and I'll see if I can figure out where that is. In fact, I'll use Sky Vector. Sky Vector. Sky Vector. Da -da -da. And it's how much hours I want a place called Bower. Oh, Bower. So Bower is in the middle of some things. Oh, Salt Lake City. So over Utah. That's what we are probably nearest to. So Salt Lake City is going to be over on our 1 o'clock. Can we see anything? No, it's got cloud over it. So we are a bit early to the party, but also not that early. So yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to jump into the flight deck. We're going to clear that, and we're going to look at our MCDU now. We're expecting an ILS 24 left, but actually, what I'm actually going to do for the funsies, we're going to do an RNAV 24 right, sorry, and an Angel 4 with a Hackman transition. Let's look at our legs. So we'll just clear that disco. But that now gives us our descent vectors. So if I check at the departure and arrival page, no, the progress page, sorry. Topper drops in 290 miles. So yeah, I'm a bit early to the party. About 10-15 minutes early. But it's not the end of the world. What we can do, yeah, we're at 0.84 max. So we are, obviously we're going quite quick, but it's just 40 knot headwind isn't helping, which it's not the worst, but it's just very unlucky that it's literally just straight head on at us. Absolutely love that in previous versions of the flight simulator, basically the FSX based, I for lack of a better term. So FSX, FSX Steam Edition, and all the prepareds, they are basically, they have quite a bit of them is still FSX based, and which by proxy is FS 2004 and so forth based. I can't get over the fact that this is the level of detail we have for the entire world. It's brilliantly done. It just looks lovely. Anyway, init ref, I'll leave that for now because we'll probably get an extra knot or two. But we're looking at about 140 knot landing speed, so absolutely lovely, really. And we'll talk a bit more about VNAV approaches. So VNAV approaches, obviously ILS, we use a radio beacon that's on the runway. That gives us up and down, left and right, and in the middle of that is no sound, and no sound's where we want to be. And we drift in and out of that, and the aeroplane will give us sort of up and down directions on the ILS symbology that appears there and there. When it comes to the RNAV approach, we're doing something a little bit different. So the ILS, we can, in theory, with a Cat 3 ILS system, we can land. We can just basically, we can sit here with our hands in our laps, and the aeroplane will land itself. It'll not thrust reverse automatically. That's the only bit I've got to do myself. But if I don't need to use thrust reversers, which I don't if I'm light, and we've got enough auto brake set, the aeroplane will do everything, which is insane, right? RNAV is a bit different. So RNAV uses the fact that obviously the airplane knows to a very high degree of accuracy where it is. It obviously has GPS and INS, and yeah, so GPS obviously is using a satellite to figure out a position. INS then cross-references that by going, well, I started here, I've gone left, you know, right, up, down, and it knows basically where it is in relation to the world. Based off that ILS to INS drift, so the two systems sort of check each other for accuracy. Now, that is going to give us our left and right directive on the approach, which is fine. And the aeroplane then also has a very accurate altimeter, so it knows, well, the airport is at 200 feet ISL, so above sea level. obviously the altitude gauge we've got in the aircraft is above sea level, not above ground level, and the altitude, you know, so it knows where it is and it knows where it wants to be, so it can sort of figure out a 3.5 degree approach path based off that. Now, we can't auto land with that because, you know, there are inherent inaccuracies in that, both in terms of altitude gauges. So for forget the name of the process now, but basically in areas where you're flying down airways and you don't have radar control, it's always Central Russia, which I suppose we don't go at the moment, but I can't remember the name of it. It'll come back to me at some point. Required minimum RMI? No, required, yeah, basically it's an altitude separation system. But all three altitude gauges have to be within 500 feet of each other. Now that's not a particularly high margin, or low margin, sorry, but at the same time it shows that aircraft can have a difference in them. Obviously, because we're in a flight simulator, everything is perfect. But in real aircraft, you get degraded systems just through age, through various environmental stuff. So basically, we can't auto-land with this. So it's still absolutely fine, and we'll let the aircraft basically fly itself down. But I have to take out the autopilot, sorry, not the autopilot, yeah, the autopilot quite early, and I have to then fly the aircraft from that point on myself. So, using a bit of stuff here, I'm going to get the LAX charts up. We'll use this. So I'm using an older chart, but for sim purposes, this is fine. Don't do this in real life. Based off my guidance, like, please don't. So according to this chart, Catalina 5, we're doing departures. I want SIDS and stars. I want actual approach process here. Oh, that'll be fun. That's visual transit processes. We'll do that in another video. That's parking. There we go. Got ILSs. So we'll be coming in over the land. We won't come in over the sea, which is a shame. But so ILS 24 right. Our decision height, because we got obviously in Cat 3 mode, would be 18 feet. Which is basically, if you can't do the runway at that point, go around because you can't taxi in that little visibility. Whereas for an RNAV, runway 24 right, our decision height is half a mile. So yeah, basically it's a check down. It's going quite fun. But what I'll do is half a mile range, we'll have an altitude that we should be at. Yes, it's 3 degree glide path, not 3.5, sorry, at this airfield. But, we have an MDA, which is 440 feet EGLL, which I'm going to set. So I've got that slewed in, and I'm just going to scroll that up to 440 feet. It's going to take for goddamn ever. Oh, it's not. It's going to be quicker than I thought. God damn it, Emily. So we've got a good speed on. 420, 430, for crying out loud. But yeah, it'll be quite good fun to do that approach, and we'll come back when we are a little bit closer. I'm probably not going to let you make you watch the topic drop, but in this aircraft, because I'm in VNAV mode, what I can actually do is just scroll the altitude gauge down now, because we're not under air traffic control. We can descend when we want to, and then we'll come down the approach. The aircraft will slide down something gorgeous, and yeah, basically we'll be sorted out. I'm really sorry, I'm struggling with my words today. I don't know why. Anyway, see you in a mo. In the meantime, let's look at that window one more time. Look at that, the view's changed completely. Okay, so we were still in the mountains, but like we've gone from sort of snow and trees to just desert. That's pretty cool, right? Anyway, see you in a moment.
After a surprising amount of technical difficulties, we are coming into LA. We're dropping through 14,000 feet. This, I think, is technically Los Angeles that we're now over. So there's a large LA area. I love the hills. Obviously, that's where This will be the area where the fires were. And like I said, we are coming in. We're pretty set up. 2-4 lights there. So we're right over the top of KONT Ontario. Just like as far as I'm like a freight slash sort of, yeah, like freighty place to go. So whilst we could stick a 777 in there, probably there's very little passenger handling, right, comparatively. So that would be sort of, yeah, sort of like diversion talking. Right. Oh, that's dropped out. We'll pop. I'll go flap 30 actually, and we're going to land at 148 knots. 8,000 foot of runway, so we'll go auto brake step 2, auto brake is armed, and then we'll just keep the flaps out as we get closer. The aircraft's now started to slow out to 70, below 10,000, so the nose will come up. I said there, it'll come up. And we'll just scroll through on this one. Get some turns and not set it back up. Hello, drag required. Okay. So the airplane will basically put a flash an FMS message if it wants you to take the speed brake out. Which we can do. I mean, we're slightly above, but not badly. And then we drop to 70 knots. To 240 at Mercer, and then 8 miles later to 170. So I think we're going to be leaving the air brakes out quite a bit here. We are going to have to drop down below to 240 below 10. I presume that's plugged in as a... Yeah, 240 at 10,000. So we'll leave it plugged in. Right. Oh, the thing's coming up, so we'll put back to the arm position. There we go. And then, yeah, drag required's gone away. And then... I think I have to go down then, armed. But... Alright, make your line of power and give you drag. And bond with the engines. If the engines spool up, then the airplane's saying it doesn't need drag anymore. Amongst other things. Since we're in a busy bit of airspace and I'm still a pilot, we'll stick our landing lights and I'll turn off some. I mean, there's no traffic concerns as in that guy's 18... Yeah, he's 1800 above descending. See if we can see him, he's really close, so we should be able to. Nope. No eyes. Hey, welcome to LA. There we go. So yeah, like I say, on where it's wrong, turn off the sights. We'll start our EPU. Doing that early just because I've got the time at the moment. We are still about 40 miles to go, which feels crazy that when final approach calls 40 miles out. I suppose that's just how they line all the jets up. Oh, sorry, I just thought I saw something moving down there. I was like, what are you? But yeah, it's a nice little flight this. Managed to completely break the sim at one point, but we'll talk about that. That's not real. Got a bit of a crosswind from the right, which is fine. We can actually, what we could probably do is performance to like import from. Does that work? No. Great. 2-4 rights. That's the ping from the cabin, saying cabin is ready. That config is... No, I'm landing. You know what, I'm not bothered. Actually, stuff it, it'd be quicker to do this one. Next suggestion is substantially higher VRAC than, Well, we'll go off the aircraft group, but even so... Oh no, one, we're going for 30 for landing. And anti-ice is off. Oh yeah, there you go, 155. So still quicker than the airplane things we should have. Ah no, that's including weather, so actually that's a really good show. I forgot to include the wind, so we'll go /155 to up our V-ray. And just for the extra 7 knots, I'll go for much shorter right. So, the windier it is, the more auto-braking you use. Actually, this giving me the Wi-Fi right here. I didn't realise... In my head, Los Angeles is Los Santos, right? As cringy as that sounds, but that is what in my head I'm used to. Because obviously I don't come here very often, even in the sim, I've never been here in real life. It's cool. Now I'm very different to the UK. Very different colour palette as well. So today has been a weird day for me. I'm recording the second part of this on a different day to the first part. Don't question it, is what I'm going to say. Do not question it. Yeah, so if I put that to low heat, would that cool me? I'm not sure. But yeah, I basically woke up at 10 to 7 this morning. I don't start work till 25 to 7 at night, and it's currently 20 past 4 in the afternoon. So yeah, that is a thing. So what we'll do is, now that we're following VNAV path and VNAV speed, I'm going to scroll down to our decision height, which is 410 knots to 500 feet. So that will basically allow the aircraft to continue descending to 500 feet. And at that point, we know we're still going to be safe, we're still not going to hit anything, and I will just take over flying the aircraft myself. Righty, so sorry, I was just I messaged with all my friends about like the sleep thing. So just replied saying go back to sleep, and I was like, so you're not in Sunday then? Right. At the probably one of, well, that's the LA River, so that's one of the tributaries. We've been there in FATM and GTA plenty of times. Well, I'm presuming that, well, there's a V where you get a tributary joins the LS River. Yeah, that's one of the things I find really cool actually about Los Angeles in real life. I used to follow, I still do follow YouTube, I used to live here. And there's times I'm watching it going, I've seen that in GTA, I've done that. Which is a really strange experience to have with a video game. Right, I'll probably take over at about 500 feet. Feels like we're shifting, so I can see the runway, but also we are still on like a 10-mile final. Better than 10-mile final. Yeah, the speed brakes, our speed's dropping off now, so I'm going to kick flap 1. No. I don't know. This is going to go well. Flap 5. We'll just go to flap 5. I've got the aircraft slow itself right down. In fact, I might as well just basically stop throttle this thing out flying. I am booking it a bit, so I'm going to put the air brake out. I just feel like that speed's not coming down.
Traffic.
That's fine. 3 aircraft running for parallel runway. You'll get traffic done on this quite a bit. About 15 gear down.
Radio altimeter.
2,500 feet. I'm geared down a bit early just because I'm so fast. It's fine. My gear's down. I've got 4 flaps set. We can disregard that. I'm just going to stick my speed brake to retracted and then armed. Alarm goes off, the speed's coming off nicely. I will leave the aircraft to fly itself for now. Oh look, it's the Maze Bank Arena. Is that the Staples Center, I think? In real life? Davis. It is crazy how big this place is. Right, 170 knots. I'm gonna go from V nav speed, just selecting VREF now.
Traffic.
That's fine, there's traffic ahead. Just taking off towards us apparently, that's fun.
Descend.
I can't, I'm too low. I'm too low to comfortably push to what it wants. Okay, so...
Adjust vertical speed.
Well...
Adjust.
Okay, so let's turn the transponder off. Come on. There we go, so transponder's off. Cooling down through the 1,000 feet. I'm going to take over control of the aircraft now. And Emily has control. It's a largely windless at the moment. I've got TCAS off purely just so we don't get other alarms going off. There's literally just looks like the air traffic here is just a side distance for aircraft left, right and centre. They're apparently landing from the other end because, of course, they are. Even that this is what. You know what? Got a plan. Do your last bit of side step. To 2-4, I've already with 2-4 left. I'm not too sure of where I lie out here. But we're fine because they're always longer by the looks of things. So sidestepping quite late in the approach, but we're fine. About 500 foot mark. So this is as low as the aircraft can confidently bring us, just using the RNAV, which I think is actually really cool. It just looks like they're swallowing aircraft over the top of LAX. I'm high, but ignore it.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
There we go. Taking off with manual braking and go through reverse idle. So buckets are now locking, and there we go. One's there. Howling. I need to stop using full length of the runway. Right, to say, for a second I thought it was running to the airport. I know the crime rate over here is quite bad, I didn't realise it was that bad. So, it was a bit rough on my part, that landing. I apologise for that. I don't think my speed brakes came out though, which is part of the issue probably. Now, yeah. You know what, when I land, and I've not got the camera running, I land brilliantly. Like, you could have some camera music, like some camera music, some Husky music in the background, and like, yeah, it would be brilliant. As soon as I'm doing it with an audience, it goes awful. I am just going to pull up next to one of those stands, request GSX, and we'll just shove the aircraft in there. It'll fit. I don't know why I must be completely allergic to taxing down the taxiway nowadays. So what can I go back? Because that's really cool. I'm not sure if I know these stands take like big blood lines. I also wonder what there's air bridges over there. Is that like cargo? There's cargo got air bridges that have been this place or maintenance or whatever. Let's just do left, right. Oh god, I left. God, past that wall. I have right of way, by the way. He doesn't. Airplanes have right of way over little boys in their corporate trucks. And when I booked the access to the ramp here last night, quickly look up the number of that is stand 210. We'll do American on Northern Leaf. So we'll enter the apron now. So because that's our stand, I'm going to turn up our tack turn-offs. No. Stop. Turn-offs. Taxis. Some marshals have been dispatched, but they're nowhere to be bloody seen. That's brilliant. So because the system's balked, the marshals on some steps, which just put them inside the terminal, which means I cannot see it. 60 foot and I need to pull left, got you. I am just going to use the auto parking. Stop. Okay. My god. Hot brick set, thank you.
To start the engines to request ground services.
Okay, so just to verify, APU is on. So we can disconnect or turn engine 1 and engine 2 off. Doors are fully closed, perhaps you're off. That's off. My god. That hurt. Right, welcome to LA. I'll take deboarding. We parked a bit short and askew. I parked where the VADs told me to park. Is it VADs? I think so. And I'm a bit askew because there ain't no space to get turned in here. Can we get the air bridge to attach, please? Okay, whatever. I have just realised one thing I haven't turned off is the beacon light. We're going to imagine that the air bridge is connected and everything's working absolutely fine, because it would be an MSFS video with Emily if something didn't break horrifically. Honestly, I really enjoyed that flight. It had its issues, and I've definitely, you know, I am unfortunately still relearning MSFS and flight simulation in general. I've got the theoretical knowledge of how the aircraft operate and all that, but the muscle memory and the skills are still coming back to me. But you know what? To enjoy this, it is a good little. Did the air bridge connect in the end? No, of course it didn't. But yeah, I enjoy this. I've enjoyed this quite a bit. Oh, they're getting them off. I'm just going to jump. Okay, the jetway doesn't work. Fair enough. But yeah, we've got the American. We've got the high loader out, and we should be. We should have the aircraft turned around ready to go back to London in a few hours' time. But that'll be something for another crew. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.